Hello, welcome to a tutorial on how to use the probability calculator from GeoGebra, which is a mathematics software accessible online. In this video, we're going to use this probability calculator to compute some probabilities for a situation in context. If you don't know how to access this probability calculator, watch my video on finding probabilities from the normal distribution. Alright, let's look at some questions. Let's suppose scores on a particular standardized test were normally distributed with a mean of 462 points and a standard deviation of 119 points. Note that we're specifying it's normally distributed. This tells us that indeed I'm looking at the right curve and I should have normal selected as my probability distribution function. Alright, what is the probability that a randomly selected test taker earned above 550 points? So, to start doing this computations, the first step that I suggest that you take is to sketch the situation. Helps us visualize what's going on. So, draw yourself a normal distribution. And when I sketch this, I'm not usually super picky about the sketch, but I will usually note where the mean is. So, the mean in a normal distribution is at the very peak. So I know here that the peak of this thing that I have sketched is 462 points. That means that my point of interest, the 550 points, because 550 is larger than 462, it must be higher. So I don't usually get too picky about exactly where I draw it. I just know it's somewhere larger than 462. And then comes the moment of truth, to figure out what shading I should do. So note that this is the question is saying I'm interested in what's happening above 550 points. So above means I am interested in z-values in test scores that are larger than 550. Those are test values that are greater than 550. That means that I'm going to be shading the area to the right in this case. Other ways that you can think of it is by writing it in probability notation. So the probability that a randomly selected test taker earned above, that would be greater than 550 points. Look like this in probability notation, this question. So I've got a sense of what I'm looking at, and even right now I can go over to my probability distribution function and select the greater than option right away just to help me visualize that. Then my next step is to compute the z-score for this situation. So to compute the z-score, remember the z-score is the data value minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. So in this case, we've got that the data value is 550 points. The mean is 462 points, and the standard deviation is 119 points. Just to be clear, again, I am getting these values from the data value I'm told is 550. The mean is coming from the statement of the problem, and the standard deviation is also coming from the statement of the problem. If I do this calculation, whip up my calculator, put that in there. You do not have to have a graphing calculator to do this. I just happen to have a graphing calculator. I am going to, compute this. So, parentheses, 550 minus 462, end my parentheses, divided by 119. Hit enter. I can find that, all right, my z-score for this situation is 0.739, and I'm going to round that to a 5. Alright, so the z-score now is my guide to this probability. To be clear, finding the probability that a randomly selected test taker earned above 550 points is the same as finding the probability that my z-score is greater than 0.7395 points. So, the next step, the final step, is to use technology to compute this. Find this value. So I'm going to go over to my probability calculator. The way that I do this is I work with the standard normal distribution all the time. So that means that my in this calculation, the mean, which is signified by mu, should be equal to 0, and the standard deviation should be equal to 1. I want to be shading the area that is greater than, so I select greater than, and I go over where it has me enter in my z-score, and I'm going to type in the z-score that I've computed, 7395, and there we go. There's our answer. The probability that a randomly selected test taker earned above 550 points is 0.2298, also known as 22.98%. You should pay attention to what your teacher asks you for as to whether to answer it as a decimal or as a percentage. Let's keep going. Let's just do a couple more questions. We want to know the probability that a randomly selected test taker earned below 250 points. When I sketch this, I note that this time I'm interested in area below. So I note where my mean is just to help me visualize what's going on. 250 points is definitely below 462, so I will draw that down there. And again, I want below, so this is test scores that are lower than 250 points. Test scores that are lower than 250 points means I want these test scores. It is area to the left. In terms of probability notation, I want the probability that test scores are below, that means less than, 250 points. All right, then I'm going to compute my z-scores. So again, the z-score is the data value minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. This information is all information that's been given to us. The data value of interest is 250. That's what we were told. 250. I'm going to subtract off the given mean. That's 462. Again, that was told to us at the start of the question. And I will divide by the standard deviation, which was 119. Doing this calculation, so I will plug in 250 minus 462 divided by 119. That gives me a z-score in negative 1.7815. All right, so this means the probability that a randomly selected test taker earned below 250 points, that's the probability that a randomly selected test taker earned below 250 points. That is the probability that the z-score is less than negative 7.815. So to find this, I'm going to use technology to do my final computation. I'm going to go over to my probability calculator. I see that I want area to the left, so I'm going to make sure I select area to the left, confirm that I've got normal, and that I'm using standard normal so I can plug in my z-score. That means the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. I'm going to go over to my box inside the P and type in the z-score that I have found, negative 1.7815, and there we go. There's our answer. The probability that a randomly selected test taker earned below 250 points is 0.0374, also known as about 3.74%. So it is far more likely that somebody earned above 550 points than it is that they earned below 250 points. Let's do one more question. If we want to find the probability that a randomly selected test taker earned between 400 and 600 points, I'm going to again start by trying to sort of visualize the situation by drawing a quick sketch. So I draw my normal distribution. I note where my mean is just to help me draw my angles. I note that 400 is below 462, but only slightly, so I'm going to draw it very close to the mean. 600 is considerably higher above, so I'm going to draw my 600 a lot higher. Then I'm interested in area that is between these two. So the shaded area that I'm interested in this case is a between situation. In terms of probability notation, I'm interested in the probability that the randomly selected test taker is greater than 400, but less than 600. It is between 400 and 600. So the next step then to find my calculations, I'm going to need to compute some z-scores. Here, because I have two data observations, I'm going to have to compute two z-scores. Doesn't matter which one you compute first. I usually compute the larger one first for no particular reason. So we got to do 600, the data value minus the mean, 462, divided by the standard deviation. And then we will also need to compute the 400, the smaller value, minus the mean, 462, divided by the standard deviation, 119. Doing both of these calculations, 400 minus 462 minus 119 ends up being a 1.15966 or so. 400 minus 462 divided by 119, when you put it in your calculator, ends up being a negative 0.521, and then a bunch of zeros after that. So these are my two z-scores. The probability that a randomly selected test taker earned between 400 and 600 points, which is the probability, again, that the randomly selected test taker earns between 400 and 600 points, is the same as finding the probability that the z-score is between a negative 5.21 and a 1.5966. So, to find our answer, I'm going to use technology. Specifically, I'm going to use GeoGebra. I am interested in the between situation, so I need to select the between. Make sure you don't select the outside. I want the shaded area to be between two z-scores, and then I am going to use these two boxes to type in the z-scores that I found. The lower one is negative 0.521. The upper z-score is 1.5966, and there we go. There's the probability. The probability that the randomly selected test taker earned between 400 and 600 points is 0.6436, or about 64.36%. All right, so to conclude, in order to use this probability calculator, what you need to do, the most important thing, the point of the sketching, is you need to figure out basically which area I'm interested in, which shading I need to do. If you're looking at a situation where you want a probability that is about values that lie above a particular point, that is when you have the greater than situation, that's area to the right, that's higher than that point. If you're interested in things that are below that point, that means you want area to the left. Those are areas that are lower. If you're interested in things that are between, that means you want area between. Once you figure out your shading, compute the z-score in order to figure out what value to plug in here to find your probability. I hope this is helpful.